And we are back for tonight's B main, and as you see, David Ross, Grant Manfinger are on the pole in second spot with Rafael Lazar, Trevor Sanborn, second row, third row is Trevor Bain, Kevin Moore, fourth row will be Sean Zepp and Roger Crane, and fifth row will be David Elliott and Doug Stewart. We will find out who the 6 drivers that finish this race will make it into tonight's A main. And the green flag is out. Green flag is out. Here we go, racing here at Caraway. This track has produced some of the best late model racing out there, so I definitely expect it to not change anyway. So, with lap 1 in the books, David Ross has now taken I'll say a couple seconds lead, couple car length lead over Grant Manfinger, Rafael Lazar. We got Trevor Bain, Sean Zepp, and right now 6th is David Elliott. David Garbo Jr. is 7th, and as you see, once you hit that high lane, even if you start in the second lane, you're going backwards right away. So a lot of the guys that were starting on the inside has now moved up. And it looks like we have a battle for the lead here between David Ross and Grant Manfinger. Grant Manfinger is trying to get underneath David Ross to make it in to have a better starting spot. Remember, whenever you finish here is where you will start from 25th all the way down to 30th. So this is definitely spots where you want to make it. But we're going back to 6th spot right here, 6 laps in. David Elliott, David Garbo Jr. And now David Elliott is trying to go on the outside of Sean Zepp, which is not the smartest move, and now he loses that spot to David Garbo Jr. And here comes Scott Dragon now, trying to take that position also from the Pennzoil driver. But David Garbo Jr. is down 6th spot, trying to get underneath Sean Zepp, take that position from Zepp, but he still can't do it. It looks like Doug Stewart and Jamie Cox are 19th and 20th, falling backwards. But this is still a battle right here. Whoa! Sean Zepp just got spun out by David Garbo Jr. We gotta go back to wherever Sean Zepp is. Does it look like and we'll be back after this as it just froze on me after we start everything. Sorry guys, give me a second. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there, but it just glitched out where it just stopped on me. So this is definitely a redo. We're starting all over again from lap 0. So while the pace car is going into the backstretch, as you see, we'll see what happens here as we got to see where everybody ends up now. It's a complete restart, unfortunately. Sometimes NR 2003 does not want to work the way he wants to. So, but anyway, green flag is out for the second time as the restart happens, and David Ross takes a pretty good lead as Rafael Lazar is underneath Brent Enfinger. Trevor Bean is trying to get underneath him, and we already have a yellow. Hopefully it doesn't do that to me again, where we can watch this and see what happened. The 63, that was a massive melee right there. Like 4 or 5 cars were in it. It was, go back, rewind it a few seconds. So let's see if we can find a better camera angle right here. The 1 gets hit by the 18. The 1 hits the 45. The 45 hits the 78. It triggers into with the 63. So you got 4 cars there. The 22 had nowhere to go, and then the 74 and the 66 and also the 33 were all involved. So there was a car incident, unfortunately, for these guys, but they do look like they're all pitting. Unfortunately for those 6 drivers, does not look like they will be advancing today, but you never know, it could change real quick. So right now, the top 6 is David Ross, Brent Enfinger, Rafael Lazar, Trevor Bain, John Zett, and I don't know what happened right there with the 74. That was weird. But Trevor Sanborn is now. That's fine. The 22 looks like he was just involved in something too. This race went from being a decent start to chaos, where 22 was involved in 2 incidents. There's this 74 in the pits. 66 looks like he's also in the pits. It does look like we are going back to green flag this time by. Chaos at Caraway. Here goes the pace car. Green flag is back out here at Caraway. That was a late green flag by track official. And there's more wrecking. What is going on? another yellow. The chaos continues where the 66 is now going crazy over there. I don't know what's going on with this race, but it's chaos. Here at Caraway in the middle of the night. I'm gonna take a few seconds to let this all pan out and I'll be back. I don't know what's going on. As we come back, doesn't look like anything's really changed. We're still letting it all pan out to see what's going on. These two just keep wrecking each other in the backstretch. I don't know why. You can't really get everything going until these guys stop wrecking, so... waiting to see what's going on here because yeah, I don't know what's going on with these cars. This is not even funny. Like they're just going through the pits, coming back out. They're not even pitting, so I don't understand. Definitely a pit road glitch in this track, so we might have to restart this again. That's what I'm gonna do. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to restart this for a third time because it's not gonna get too racing. So, fortunately, let me do this one more time, guys. I'm sorry. There will not be a Caraway on our schedule because of the pit road issues. This continues. I will unfortunately have to sim this and the main event, just see where everybody finishes. I like to show the races, but this continues like this, so Or even worse, I might have to bring it down some. But we are back racing. Trying for the third time and they wrecked again. Guys, we will be back. But this race is going to have to be fully simmed, unfortunately, to find out what goes on, because with them wrecking and not knowing how to pick correctly and all this stuff, it's going to cause chaos, and I don't want chaos. Let's see though. I want to see what goes on first. The 42 pits and hits the inside wall, just wrecks, we'll sim it. If he doesn't hit the inside wall, we'll continue. But just watching the 42 to see what happens, because we don't want the same issue we just had before. So doesn't look like he's trying to pit, so we can maybe get this race continued. Hopefully third time's a charm for this new name. Second round, third round, it's David Ross, Raphael Lazar, Brent Enfinger, Trevor Sanborn, Trevor Bain, and David Garbo Jr. in the top 6. Continue to watch David Ross here. And green flag is out. Go to back to 6th spot. Keep eye on this position. As David Elliott gets underneath Garbo Jr. for that position, and looks like he's about to take it. And he has it. Not yet. And there we go. He has officially taken that spot. Now he's in 6th spot, and David Garbo Jr. is the first car outside of the top 6. Not making it as of right now, so but David Garbo now gets back underneath and takes that position away from David Elliott. Garbo looks fast enough where he can actually maybe take the position away from the 77. We got a battle right here in front of them for third spot right now between Bane and Rafael Lazar. And Bane takes that. Now Sanborn is underneath Lazar. And Garbo is down underneath Lazar. Lazar is that top lane not looking good for Lazar right now. Lazar's trying to stay there. As right now he's keeping that spot, but here comes Dan Casey is now starting to move up. Good battles all over the place behind them. At least aerodynamics is not a big deal here at this track, but David Elliott is now trying to get underneath Lazar, and he takes that spot. Now David Elliott is in that 6th coveted spot to make it into tonight's A-main. Rafael Lazar is going completely backwards now. He is in the grips of John Zeb for 8th spot. But we got a battle here for 6th between Dan Casey and David Elliott. Elliott's trying to keep that position away from Casey, but Casey has a pretty decent car over here. As long as David Elliott can stay in front of Casey, he can wrap this spot up. And our points leader is right now in 30th spot. Not doing that great for him right now. Still anybody's race, but this is not good for him. The battle for 5th between Trevor Sanborn and Garbo Jr. Garbo Jr. looks like he's taking a yes. Garbo Jr. is now taking 4th spot from Trevor Sanborn. Sanborn's another one of the drivers that have not had a decent season at all. Them battling it, bring up Elliott's spot, and Elliott's trying to get to Sanborn. If he can get to Sanborn and pass him, that means he has a better spot to get in and he doesn't have to worry about Dan Casey behind him. But let's go to the front to see the 2 leaders, which is Brandon Finger and David Ross. David Ross has also an up and down season, but it does look like Brandon Finger may have a little better car than David Ross. He has the fastest lap right now of this new name, but can he get to passing for that place and get 25th spot in this race, or is it David Ross's time? We'll go back to David Elliott and continue to watch it. Again, could Elliott get past Sanborn, or can Dan Casey pass him for that position? take it away from him. Go to spectator view right now to see if this 37 can hold off the 63, and he's doing very well, but looks like the 63 is right on his bumper. Move him out of the way. Gave him a nice push to Sanborn. Looking right now to see Jamie Chambers, Brad Layton are the highest runners right now from tonight's C main. Layton's up to 15, Jimmy Chambers is up to 17. But with 10 laps to go, it's really pretty much up to these guys now. These three drivers, Trevor Sanborn, Dan Casey, and David Elliott are your battle for the last two spots here. Seven laps to go here. Once they actually got racing, this was a decent race here. David Elliott continues to hold off. And Casey. Looks like Roderick Crane is underneath John Zepp, and Rafael Lazar, who was up in second at one point, is all the way down 11, falling backwards even more. Yes, Roderick Crane did get past John Zepp back there. We do not want to lose sight of this battle right here. Can Dan Casey get to David Elliott and get past him? He's got 3 laps to do it if he wants to get into tonight's 8 main. They got a little bit gap between them, and Roger Crane is coming, but he doesn't look like he has enough time. Brad Layton, Jimmy Chambers have got all the way up to 14 to 15, but that's as far as they got when we're able to move, unfortunately. White flag is out for David Ross, Grant Enfinger, Trevor Bain, David Garbo Jr., Trevor Sanborn. This is the battle right here. And David Elliott has made it into tonight's A main. Like I said, congratulations to Grant Enfinger, David Ross, Trevor Bain, David Garbo Jr., Trevor Sanborn, and David Elliott. Unfortunately for Dan Casey, Roger Crane, John Zepp, Joe Lawrence, Fred Legault, Bradley McCaskill, Rafael Lazar, Brad Layton, Jimmy Chambers, Ryan Hoyer, Johnny Clark, Kevin Moore, Jamie Cox, Garrett Hall, Bobby McCarty, Mike Hopkins, Scott Dragon, Derek McAndrews, Peter Gibson, Ethan Head, Ryan Moore, Gary Smith, Doug Stewart, and Stephen Wallace. They have not made it into tonight's A main, and they will be packing up and going home for tonight. We will see you on the other side once we are ready for tonight's A main.